Hello everyone, welcome to not Supermarket Simulator. Don't be fooled by the name on the screen there. This is actually a bootleg that I found on the PlayStation Store for PS4. Um, I wanted to make sure I clarified this in advance because uh, I believe at the time of recording, Supermarket Simulator, the game that a lot of people on YouTube had been playing at this point in time, was still in early access on Steam. So this was released by somebody who quickly grabbed the basic assets and released it onto console, trying to make a quick buck, which is kind of grimy. So I won't list the full name of the actual title, which is not Supermarket Simulator. I'm not gonna bother messing with that. But I did want to kind of play this and try out something a little different for the channel, something that wasn't wrestling for a change, and just to kind of give my insight, because in the real world I've worked in retail a lot and thought this might make for something different and hopefully interesting. Um, so we'll get right into the game here. I've played the game before because I wanted to see how this one functions. I will warn you now in advance, this game is broken. It is clunky, it's got assets that aren't fully done. This was very much apparently a rush job. Um, you see that I've named my store General Shop. I'm not that best at naming things, and it's just something that sounded standard enough that it wasn't just supermarket. Anyway, so it gives you the tutorial here. We'll kind of go over that in this first episode. I don't know how long these videos are going to be. This could be a series of really short videos. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I could have started the recording on the title screen. I decided I didn't want to because it had really loud music. Music that I wasn't sure if it was copywritten or not. I would imagine probably not, because they probably use as many free assets as they could get their hands on. But it was also really loud, and there's no volume controls on this game. There's also gonna be a lot of looping sound effects for like noise, like you'll hear the birds chirping a lot. So let's just go from here. Let's see. Start with some basic stuff. What is going to sell? Well, first of all, I only have a budget of $50, so I've got to be careful of what I buy. So let's see what I can get for the most bang for my buck. Cheapest thing will be potatoes and flour and pasta and salt. And we'll probably stop there. We'll probably get those 4 items, and we'll get the other 2 on the next day. So we'll go ahead and buy those items. There's a shipping fee of $4. Get that cleared out here. So now we'll go in and pick up the boxes, which are just delivered out in the street. So let's place the first item. I'm going to place salt on bottom shelf. And the other thing, toss that aside. Just set the price on your stuff. Let's do, for the sake of recording, let's do 250. Nope, that's not right. Glanced down my control when looking at what I was typing. We'll do just under what the recommended market value is. Anyway, so you take your empty boxes, you put them in the dumpster afterwards so you don't litter. And then that's just how that goes. I've already set the price on that item, so I'm going to put out another item here. Put pasta, put that on the shelf next to it. Toss that aside. We'll make that $2.10. Saves me from having to mess too much with the pennies if I have everything kind of rounded out. Yep. This is the first customer here. Yep. Yeet. Alright. I just gotta get out the change. Controllers are not as forgiving, unfortunately. But, as I mentioned, I did get a little bit of practice playing this beforehand. Excuse me, ladies. I'll be right with you, miss. Yeet. And set the price on this one at 170. Boom. Alright. Thank you all for your patience. Give you this going on here. Alright. That. Just that for you. 210. It's clunky as all hell with these. I'm sure there are probably going to be people that are going to be very furious with how I do this. Right, please just a moment. Boom, boom. Cool card. 420. Probably have to put some music in the background for this, for these videos, excuse me. I will also kind of use this disclaimer as the game goes on. The game's going to slowly break down over time. Like, as you start adding certain things, the game's not equipped to fully handle it. And so you'll start seeing lag, you'll start seeing some things go considerably slower, which I'm not wild about, but that's just the reality of the situation. Again, this was very much a bootleg. 80 cents, 50 cents, and 80. So this is a bit different based on what I'm used to here in America. Our registers are set up a bit differently. 20. For instance, the change to setup is backwards from how we have it. At least all the places I've worked at have it. This guy's power walking. He's in a hurry, which is good. Maybe it means he'll buy. Nope. He's just going to buy a couple things and he's going to dip. Cool. Exact change. Fantastic. So for the first video, I'm probably going to do a couple days worth, and then as we get more advanced, we'll probably do like single day episodes. Maybe. I don't know yet. Still kind of playing it by ear. Because it's going to be a lot of repetitive stuff is the thing. I could technically order more stuff. Probably should order more stuff if I'm being honest. $3.80. Boom, boom. This is also a bit different from what we have here in America, at least where I work at. The card readers on the outside and the customer handles a lot of that themselves. I don't know if that's just true for my area or if that's everywhere in the United States. I haven't been everywhere in the United States, to be perfectly honest. 15 and 80. There you go. One of the things that you do get to do as time goes on is add employees. That's one of the things that does bog down the game. Like, it does start to slow everything's progression when you start adding employees. I don't know what it is about it. It's probably a broken asset of the game. You'll find that this bootleg has a number of them. Awesome. Have some people coming in. salt, cool. 250. 2 salts. $5. I've almost doubled my original budget, which is nice. The other thing is you'll notice that the game does actually have a light and darkness feature to it. I'm waiting for it to give me the prompt on the tutorial for me to turn on the lights, because that is something that will tell you to do, but if you don't do it when it tells you to, then it's like, oh, hey, you should probably turn on your lights. And it probably sounds like I'm dogging on this game for being a bootleg, largely because I am, but I bought the game. I bought it on sale because I wasn't going to pay full price for it, because I knew where it was the second that I saw it come around. But I was curious, and I really wanted to get my hands on a copy of Supermarket Simulator, and I don't play on PC right now. Not that I have anything against it, I just don't have the means to do so. Alright, now, boop. Good Lord. $1.70, there you go. And so the game runs it until 9 p.m. That would mean I have nothing left on the shop. I'm going to go ahead and close the shop now and wait till that timer things, because there's no point in me leaving the door open if I can't sell anything. Now I could order more stuff and try to pack it out, but considering that there's not even 20 seconds left, I'm not going to bother with that. I'll just wait for the time to elapse, and then we'll go on to the next day, and we'll move on from there. Boom, there's that. So a total of 19 customers. I gained $33.82 in terms of my profit. Not bad. I was going to talk to you about having expenses. You'll have things that come up daily. Even though it says it starts today, it doesn't actually start. Well, I guess technically it starts tracking it today, but you don't actually pay anything. Come over here and show you. You don't start paying any bills till the next day. One of the next things I'll need to do is get a license, so I'll be able to get more product in. But before that, I'm going to buy more items. Now the nice thing is, at the starting of each day, you do get a nice window to kind of do your admin and stock your shelves, do all that stuff before actually opening your store, and so the timer doesn't start until you hit open. So that's nice. Let's go with these 2 items, and then that. So put me at 72. I'm not gonna have enough to get all of it, but I'll get most of it. You still have to watch out for tax. So I got $6 left over. Also, I don't know who stacks this stuff out here like this. They're a terrible person for doing so. It's also really wonky on trying to find like the actual spot for it to take. Excuse me. Boom, boom, boom. There's that. There is something satisfying about the game. It is very relaxing, and that's kind of the reason why I wanted to get my hands on it. I just don't want to give too much credit to someone who basically did a copy paste from PC to console and didn't even bother like making sure it was good. Alright. We'll put you over here. And we'll put you over here. I'm sure I'm probably infuriating certain people. And by certain people, it's like people who just go nuts over seeing the way that I'm stocking my shelves and running everything. Okay. So it's recommended at 658, so we'll do 650. I thought about possibly just doing just round numbers, which is a gamble. Also, the other thing you have to do is just make sure you check every day on your goodness, register thing. Okay, on your current prices, because prices will change daily, and it's not always going to be like a set thing. In some cases, it'll be like one or two items. Go ahead and open the store. It'll be like one or two items, and it'll just be a matter of like, oh, I've got cereal that's going to be going up in price. Excuse me. Or going down in price. You won't know until you check it. You could just leave it, and then people will complain. Well, they'll complain if it's overpriced. They won't say shit if it's underpriced. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you that you're, cutting yourself out or cheating yourself out of money. Two items, $5. Nice. Two items. Take the cash. We also typically don't use 50-cent pieces in retail here in America, at least not in the area that I live in. Not that we don't accept them, it's just not common. Like, it's penny through quarter. Pennies are a nightmare to deal with, which is why I rounded a lot of my stuff up to the nearest dime, so I don't typically have to deal with pennies or nickels. Thank you. Exact change. Perfect. The people who, as someone who has worked in retail for as long as I have, which is a good chunk of my professional career, one of the things that kind of drives me nuts is the people that will pay either with check, because there are people that still do that, and it often takes forever because you have to, at least with the companies I've worked for, you have to type information in, you got to jump through a bunch of hoops just to get to the point where you can process it. If it was for businesses, I'd understand, but these are, most of the people that I deal with are people who are writing personal checks, and it's like, why? Alright, and then the people that pay with big bills for small purchases, that drives me up the absolute wall, because we're not a bank. Like, it doesn't say bank on the outside of our building. It's going to tell me to buy a product license. I will not be able to do that for a couple days, I think. Just because I don't want to run myself too short. I'd rather be able to get myself into a point where I can be like, oh, cool, here's this, this, and this. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to end up redoing these shelves probably, I don't know if on the next day or maybe the day after. But we'll see. Thank you for exact change. What I like to do, and you'll notice the pattern here, is I'll do like a full shelf of pasta, a full shelf of cereal, a full shelf of salt, for example. And then like do like the same thing over here, full shelves for everything that I have access to. Flare, $1.70. Also, here in America, we don't type in the amount on cards, or at least not the places I've worked at. It's literally just type that they are paying with card, and then it's up to the customer to use the pin pad to kind of verify, yes, that's the correct amount that the cashier told me. It's very much kind of letting the customer, not really self-service, because we do have that, but it's a lot of, oh, here's this. Two things of mustard. 3. Nope. Yeah. No. Ruin everything. It's gonna be Christmas. Excuse me. Yeah, I made it to where I don't need to touch the pennies in this game. Which is nice. I don't know how long we're going to run this series, to be perfectly honest. I might only do a couple episodes of it, because I might kind of get burnt out of the idea of just recording it and just choose to go back to playing it on my own. Also, the save mechanic on this bootleg is not the best. Like, you kind of have to do a workaround to get it to operate the way it's supposed to. So, like most other aspects of this game, it's busted. As you can see, I'm up to over $100 now, which is nice. Hopefully I can sell most of my inventory, if not the rest of it. I'd really like it if people would buy the cereal. That's going to be what makes me the most money. So this is what I'm talking about. $50 for a $5 purchase. It's a video game, so it's not that big of a deal. Like, I can make the change. It's just a crappy thing to do to a cashier. There you go, 70 cents. The worst ones are the people that come through with a $100 bill for like a $2 purchase. I've had so many people try doing that garbage to me. Thankfully, I'm at a point now to where I can politely decline, be like, sorry, like I don't have the change. They can either go a different route, or they can not get it. 60. Well, I'll let you in. I intentionally waited for the customer to come through so that I can get another sale out. Largely because I'm the one who's running this shop. It's not part of a corporation. And that puts me over 155. 20 customers, no complaints, because I'm awesome. But they are going to start complaining about missing products or things not being good. Alright. So now you're going to see the mechanic, not this mechanic on bills. We'll probably call it, yep, so bills, oh, $1.78, not too bad. $20 for rent, that's not the worst, to be honest. Okay, 133 left. So let's see what I can do with that. Let's go the high end first, I guess. 2 cases of that. Next highest would be the mustard, 2 cases of that. If I do 2 things of salt, it's not gonna, yeah, it's gonna be too much. Alright, well, let's go ahead and order everything first. Well, I won't be able to do that either. Okay, so let's see, what can I cut down on? Cut down on you. I'll free that up. What sells really well? Probably the potatoes and the flour. Usually the big box items sell really well. So we're out of pasta. Actually sold out of cereal. So I might end up regretting that, but we'll go from there. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be too much. Yeah. Oh yeah, because with the tax, it's gonna put me at like $1, or not even $1.84. Yeesh. Bloop. All right. So the other thing to kind of keep in mind is you also have to make sure that you're watching like what type of boxes you're using, because in order to move stuff, you have to have the right type of box. So for example, I have to have the same size in order to move stuff around. Like I can't move this mustard using this big box because it's not the right size. There. For the sake of just not having to have an extra box, because I don't really have a ton of space for overstock, I'm going to move this stuff around. I'm going to put this here for the moment. So I want to move my mustard first. Nope, that's not what I want to do. That's absolutely what I want to do. I want to put it on the top shelf. Also, for the inside of those who are curious, in retail, I mean, aside from this being a big no-no, you also make sure that you stock it with rotating the closest thing to expiration date being put out, or being put to the front. The thing least likely to, or the thing with the furthest out date towards the back. Okay. Also, you don't like to leave boxes laying around just in general, so. Oh, I did that wrong. That's fine. This will be fine. How do I want to do this? I think I'll do. I'll put this all here for now. Put that out there. Put the cereal. I didn't do that the way I wanted to do it. It's fine. Put the cereal on top. There's nothing else there. So this is how this works. Like you have the right. So I have the same size box. So I can move it over that way. Alright. We'll do this here. And so what I'll do with this one. Oh, that's right. Okay, so that's the way I wanted it to be. I was afraid I didn't have it the way I wanted it to be. There. So I like to make sure I take these tags off. The bottom shelves, for a reason, don't like to register. So I get into this habit of taking off the tags as I need to. It's not really a big deal for me because I know what I'm doing, but like if you hire employees for some reason, the AI bugs out a bit and doesn't like to cooperate if it thinks that there's a tag at a location where there's not one, or where there's not one anymore anyway. Let's see. Put you up here. That's better. So you can kind of get the idea of where I'm going with this. Like it's gonna go Boom, 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 and the bombshell's kind of my overflow. Oh. Put you over here, so that's all set. Okay, cool. So now we'll check prices, and we'll be open for business. See, price has gone down. In this case, price has gone up. 250. Stay where that's at. This has gone down. 150. That's fine. And that's fine. Cool. Alright, open the store. And now we wait. I'll probably end the video after this day, and then we'll go from there. One of the drawbacks you'll notice is that sometimes once you start the day, it might take a little bit for people to actually start coming in and shopping, which is an hour of me not getting money, which I'm not wild about. I guess while I'm waiting, I can kind of go over some of the prerequisites for adding in other things. Like you can add in employees later on. As I mentioned before, though, it does kind of bug the game a bit. Yep. Card $5. Thank you. Have a blessed day. So like for hirings, for example. In order to hire the first cashier, you have to check out 200 customers, and you have to have a store rank of 10, or store level of 10. I'm currently store level 3. Focus. And I have not checked out that many customers yet. Now mind you, this is checked out customers that I do. So like later on, after I hire some people, or after I hire my first employee, I should say, it will not count for any customers that the AI rings up. It only counts for the ones that I ring up. Which, I don't know if that was by design or not. Thank you. But that makes it kind of wonky. Restockers, they will come into play later. I'll be after I unlock storage room, which storage room costs money, which is why you see the thing closed there. $1. Let's see. Good lord. Boom, boom, boom. $1. Guy's power walking out of here. So, let's see, we are doing okay. We'll kind of go over here and remove this tag. If I use the bombshell for overflow, it's usually just kind of like a type of thing, to where I try to keep it clear as best as I can. Come on, people. I need to make money. I can't do that if y'all don't come in and shop. Well, hello there, sir. Yes. Okay. This is stupid. $50 for... How dare you, sir? Bink. Bink. Boom. Not really liking the way that this is looking so far, because I'm down $100. Now, admittedly, I spent a lot of that on my stiff, so I wanted to get my shelves full, or at least as close to full as I could, anyway. 1, 2. 5, 6, 7. what I ended up doing later on, at least what I did whenever I was doing my own playthrough of it on my own, was I ended up getting to a point to where I was doing like half of a shelf one item and half the other half a different item. But I had like considerably more space and more shelves. Boom, boom. Largely because trying to get the thing to register me tapping on the bottom shelf was a nightmare. And so once you set the price for an item, it's good for throughout the whole store, so I don't have to keep going through and fixing it, thankfully. Thank you. So typically what I would do is I'd go over to a section, and let's say it was half cereal going down one side and then half cereal, like, or half cereal. Let's say there was one side that was all cereal and then this side was all like pasta. I would just have to go along to the top shelf, boom and boom, check the prices, and then move on. That was kind of the plan. We'll see how far along this gets. It might not, we might not even get to that point. Money, hey. Hello. Come in and please buy more than that. See, you're nice. You buy multiple items. I'm assuming this is just me running as an independent contract, so like it's all on me by myself. Like I don't. How put this? I don't take any money home. Essentially, it's whatever is here. Oh, look at you! You just happened to come in before I close the door. Also, this is not secure at all, by the way. Like there's no actual security at all. You know, door being wide open at all times. Just a little under what I wanted. Alright, so this is the day 3 report. Had 21 customers. Made about $9 profit. Alright, we're going to stop the video here. Pick it up on the next video. Not sure how long. Again, I don't know how long the series is going to be. I may only do a couple of videos on it. It's just trying something different. I wanted something that wasn't wrestling. And so, not that I have anything against wrestling. I obviously love it. But I want to try something a little different. So, until next time, I'll see ya.